Hi everyone, my name is Cheryl Naglis and I'm currently living in the Bow Valley ward. So, to let you know, I have food allergies as well as celiac disease. So celiac disease, if you remember your junior high biology, and so what did we have in our small intestine? We have our little villi in our intestine. And so those little villi wave their little fingers around, and they are where the nutrients and minerals and vitamins and everything get absorbed so that our body can make use of it. In a celiac, we have the problem of when gluten comes into our digestive tract, it literally destroys that tissue. So celiacs have a problem where the villi get destroyed, and you then have problems with absorption of the nutrients that you need. So a lot of celiacs, if they're left untreated, can become very malnourished, and that's the state that I was in. So what are some things that I use? I can use different types of rice, long grain rice, short grain rice, sticky rice. I can use quinoa, amaranth, millet, buckwheat, sorghum, seeds, lentils. I do use the Only Oats product, which is certified gluten-free. And I can find that on sale at Co-op here in Calgary, so I will scoot around and gather up some bags of that. And also nuts. Nuts are great. So I've got a list of some top 10 type of things that would be great to store. This is very interesting to me because there's a company called Augustin Farms, and they have a gluten-free chicken gravy that is fabulous, because sometimes you just need to dash up your meal that you're cooking. Maybe you just don't want to have just a boiled potato or reconstituted potatoes. So I have bought some of those. I can eat peanut butter, so I bought peanut butter. I can eat canned fish, so I bought canned fish, salmon and tuna, and I love canned oysters. I'm not going to apologize for it, but I do. I love them, a quick, easy meal. And then we can get gluten-free crackers there. I also make my own gluten-free crackers. But I think when you have a food disability, you learn to use other products that you wouldn't normally use in ways to help you survive. About 6 years ago, I went to California and took a 5-day cooking course on eating well, nutritionally dense food that was safe for my body. And it was amazing the things that I learned. And it was so delicious, so nutritious, and I loved it. And I use those recipes to this day. There's a thing called survival tabs. And so they are full. They have 15 essential vitamins and minerals, as well as high quality protein. They come in 4 flavors, and they also have a handy one-person pouch. So they have a 25-year shelf life. So that is something that would be good for your food storage. Freeze-dried meats. I've even done some dehydrated meals for doing the West Coast Trail, and instead of buying, $15 per pouch or whatever they were, I said, you know what, I'm going to try this. So I dehydrated some meat and I dehydrated mixed vegetables and ended up making like Thai chicken and some other, I'm trying to remember, I can't remember now what the other couple dishes that we did. Anyway, they were delicious, and my husband said, I will never buy another packaged meal. These were so good. But freeze-dried foods do last longer than dehydrated foods. There's also, from Augustin Farms, you can get a black bean burger. It's very robust and has a great complex flavor. That is a great thing to have in your food storage. There's a few companies here, the Oregon 30-day gluten-free food storage box. So that will have beans, fruit, oats, and it's based on those 3 staples. Legacy Farms, they have an emergency bucket. Alpine Air, Augustin Farms, they've got a chili mix. Also, you know what's really fun? Gluten-free pancake mix. Backpackers Pantry, my kids got me some in my stocking this year, so I have some meals that are delicious. Now, Nutristore, that's the brand that I personally have because I know that they're gluten-free. They carry veggies, fruits, meats, and beans. And I'm pretty sure we got some eggs as well. So, the other thing, stockpile medicines. Another thing is very important, stockpile electrolytes. While we're in Mexico, we can get, it's like a bottle of electrolytes, like Pedialyte, but it's electrolytes, and they come in fantastic different flavors. And we have found because of the heat at certain times of the year and humidity, it's essential for us to have those electrolytes because it helps us to stay hydrated. And if you're not hydrated, you will get sick quickly. So, rice, beans, dehydrated potatoes, egg, milk, and butter powders, canned fruit and vegetables, spam, well, if you'll eat spam, canned fish, yay for canned fish, coconut oil, coconut flour, gluten-free bouillon cubes, spices and herbs, carefully looking at all the ingredients in them, salt, vinegars. I love my vinegars. Food Storage Organizer is a website. I absolutely love her. She's based out of Utah, and she will post a weekly list of items to get yourself prepared. So for instance, one week it was a little portable charger radio, like it was solar, and they were like $15, like something. So she said, you're going to need to charge your cell phone. So there's things like, but she has a great thing, and she makes it so easy because it breaks down so simply to maybe 1 or 2 items per week. And so she is a great person to follow. Gluten-free on a shoestring. I love that girl. She has great recipes because here's another important thing. As I mentioned before, when you're making pre-mixes and you want to store them with the recipe. But because I have been learning to use my freeze-dried foods, a great thing is start your own binder with your own recipes on how to use all of these products that you're getting. Because you need to use these products in your everyday life as well as, oh, shock, now we need to use our food storage. Let's not be in shock. Let's rotate it and use it. Food Storage Made Easy. She has great stuff. Oh, here's a great thing that I had to learn to do was I need a bug out box. From growing up in the military, that's what we called it, was a bug out box. So I have a Rubbermaid container, probably about 60-liter size. And in that bug out box, I have these items. I have utensils, basic spices that are gluten-free. I've got a can opener, a cutting board, I have a knife, I have salt and pepper, oil, I have dishes, I have napkins, I have a tablecloth, dish soap, a dish towel and cloth, I have a wooden spoon, I have a waffle maker. I have a little waffle maker I love because I don't know how many of you have heard about chaffles. Chaffles, oh, delicious, delicious, delicious. So as you know, a celiac is not going to be buying hamburger buns or, necessarily making those, although I do have a great recipe using cassava flour that makes a fantastic bun that's very stable and doesn't crumble. But you can make chaffles, and it's like a waffle, but you're using like an egg, and you're using a couple tablespoons of almond flour, and you're a little bit of oil. You can make savory ones where I've done pizza, so I've done Italian seasoning, a little bit of pizza sauce, and some sliced pepperoni in there. And then that's a great thing. But you can just make plain ones, and those make great hamburger buns or buns for your black bean burgers. Also a rice cooker and a collapsible bowl. I just got a collapsible bowl from Pampered Chef, and that's also in my box. So it's all things that I know. So especially if I'm going to someone else's home or I have to be, I know where I'm around other people, I cannot trust that their stuff is gluten-free, and they'll say, "Oh, but I've cleaned everything." And I'm like, "Well, I'm sure you have, but you know what? There are certain, well, for instance, cast iron cookware is very porous, and if you've cooked something with gluten in a cast iron, you can't, a celiac cannot use that cast iron pan again. So the same cutting boards. So, you know, I have separate cutting boards in Mexico that is for me. And so that's why I have my bug out box. So I can travel anywhere. I can go to visit my kids in BC. I can go up to my family's place in Cold Lake, and I can have my bug out box, and I know that I'm going to be safe and not going to get sick. So those things are really, really important. I just want to quickly touch on a 72-hour kit as far as items that you would need for gluten-free options and food allergies. So Larabars. Larabars are great because they are nutrient dense. They are generally made with nuts and say peanut butter or something like that. They have different flavors, but you get what works for you. Rice cakes. Rice cakes. When I'm traveling, I live off of rice cakes. Gluten-free granola. Bakery on Main makes an absolutely amazing gluten-free granola. So that would be a good one. Beef jerky, that's a great thing, of course, making sure that it's gluten-free. Can of chicken or tuna. I'm sorry, canned chicken, I just can't do that. To me, it's disgusting, and people said, but if you had to survive, and I'm like, no, I really don't think I could do it. But tuna, yes, bring it on. Mary's crackers, she's got gluten-free crackers. You can find, like, say, Dinty Moore makes a beef stew, so I have a can of that. Hormel chili is gluten-free. Applesauce, I've got case I remember at Costco picked up, it's individually packages of canned fruit. Also fruit leather, fruit roll-ups, raisins, boxes of almond milk, peanut butter or other nut butter, and honey. And so those are things, and you just think about, okay, what do I need to survive and live, and how am I living today? And so these are the things that are so important, but it's really important to be safe, to keep yourself safe, to keep those around you safe. And so when you have a family that has allergies, you do need to be prepared. And I love that the Lord has been giving me so much direction on what to do. And when I was first asking him about, well, how much food storage do I need? Like where? And one of the things that he said to me was, you need minimum 3 months right now, and you need it so that you can leave quickly. And so I'm not sure what exactly that means, but I know that it means we'll have to leave quickly from wherever we are here. And our freeze-dried food is very light and packable, easy to just quickly. When we downsized from our acreage, all of my clothes that I own now fit in one suitcase. So anytime we need to go somewhere, within half an hour, we are completely packed and ready to go. And so I think these are super important things to think about when you're thinking about your preparedness. But when you have digestive issues, whether it be allergies or, you're celiac, lactose intolerant, these type of things, it's super important. Get prepared. As I said to my husband, it doesn't matter what the emergency is. What's important is that we listen to the Lord, listen to his instruction, and when he gives us personal revelation about what needs to be done, then act on it. Do it and be prepared. You will have such greater peace of mind and greater sense of peace in your life when you're doing what the Lord needs you to do. And I leave these things with you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.